In this guide I'll give you some tips on how to deal with chapter 4 boss. This boss has 3 phases and is one on the easier side if you understand strengths and weaknesses of each phase. Strategy for first phase depends heavily on layer boss trinket put on the stagecoach. I highly recommend going for Tangle region with Dreaming General boss, as it can drop a boss trinket that immobilizes your whole party. This trinket completely changes how Jester should be built. My idea on how to deal with the boss is to bring team you see on the screen with Jester that can move characters around with Playout and Battle Ballad, Vestal that can illuminate for second phase which removes dodge token from the boss, Leper for direct damage, and Plague Doctor for negative token removals, heals and blight damage. Man-at-Arms can also work great against the boss because he can remove 100% crit and riposte buffs with Bellow ability. I was more comfortable bringing party without him instead. Here is the full setup, but remember that abilities listed here are only for the boss fight. Up until the boss, use whatever works for you. Alchemist Plague Doctor with upgraded Noxious Blast for stacking Blight, upgraded Indiscriminate Science to heal by removing negative tokens, upgraded Cause of Death for direct damage, Battlefield Medicine for additional heal, and optionally I went with upgraded Blinding Gas to set up combos easier and to blind the boss in second phase. Before the boss I've used Plague Grenade and Magnesium Rain instead of Blinding Gas and Cause of Death. Vestal Chaplain with upgraded Sanctuary for more damage mitigation, upgraded Divine Grace for burst heal, upgraded Illuminate for boss second phase to remove dodge, upgraded Mantra for dual heal and stress reduction, and the last optional ability I've used is Judgment. Used pretty much the same setup before the boss. Sanctuary can be used during the first phase as well to protect Leper from getting knocked back from first position. Tempest Leper should have upgraded Chop, Break to deal with boss's armor, Ruin to increase damage output, and upgraded Solemnity for self-heals. Last skill is optional. Used pretty much the same setup for regions before the boss. Bash ability sounds good as it immobilizes Leper, but with Sanctuary from Vestal and all the other ways to boost move resist, and with Jester in the party, we don't really need Bash. Jester is the problematic one to figure out how to build for this boss. My main goal was to use abilities such as Playout and Battle Ballad to rearrange positions, after boss shuffles the party. With Intermezzo Path, both of those abilities would have chance to additionally buff characters through songs. However, with boss trinket that gives immobilization to every character movement, songs are not needed, but you can't be sure that boss is going to drop that exact trinket. So with the trinket I went with Razor Sweet for combo modifier and Fade to Black to blind the boss as 2 main abilities. Rest are all optional, so pick abilities depending on trinket or not. Play out and Battle Ballad if there is no immobilization trinket, and if there is, pick whatever next to Razor Sweet and Fade to Black. When it comes to combat items, go for whatever. Healing salves or anything else that heals is always nice to have. Debuff resist trinkets are good for this fight. Collect 4 apple and cheese throughout the run and use at last in just before mounting to get more health and debuff resistance. There is also an item that boosts move resist, which should be applied on Leper in case of no boss trinket with immobilization. Now we get to boss mechanics. During first phase, boss can be easily dotted and has high debuff resistance with shield plus reoccurring buff. With this team, use Sanctuary right at the beginning on Leper, Noxious Blast the fuck out of this bastard, use Break with Leper if there is shield plus on the boss, or Chop if there is no shield. With Jester, use Razor Sweet to put combo modifier on as much as possible and any of the bleed skills to continue dotting the boss. If you have trouble with shuffled team, use Battle Ballad and play out to get them back in position. If many dots are on the boss, use Cause of Death with Plague Doctor to make all the damage instant without the need to wait.
There remains a foothold out of this mire. Now climb.
Second phase is the opposite, it gets much harder to damage over time the bastard, but much easier to debuff him. First use Illuminate with Vestal to get rid of dodge for first few rounds, then use either Fade to Black or Blinding Gas to keep blinding the boss while using Leper for direct damage.
The fiend's strength dwindles. Well done.
Third phase is Run Against the Clock. Use Leper and Combo Modifier to do as much damage as possible and as quick as possible. Others should keep healing people on Death's Door and removing bleed, as it can trigger Death Blow when on Death's Door. Anyway, that would be all. Here is the rest of the fight. Not as problematic boss as some of the others. Good luck and keep trying.
For who knows what lurks in the beyond. This is no time to falter. Fellowship forged through toil. fiend's strength dwindles. The mind's grasp grows tenuous. Ambition drove you to abandon everything you had. For everything you wanted.